What is happening in Portland? Can someone tell me? I am stunned. As they say, you can knock me over with a feather right now. And I say that as a lifelong Blazers fan. I have watched them so far this year, and I look at what they're doing on the court, and I just say, I don't get it. Could the Portland Trail Blazers be for real? Could they be actually good? They were the last undefeated team in the NBA last night before losing to the Miami Heat that, I don't know, went to the finals a couple of years ago, went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. It was very close until Damian Lillard tore up his calf muscle, which, hopefully Dame's okay. Doesn't appear to be too serious, but I tell you what, games like this happen, but this team is just not the same when Dame is not on the court. Anthony averaged 12.6 points per game without him last year for a reason. But before we get into this iteration of the Blazers, I have a very hot take that I think is going to not be a very popular opinion, especially in Portland. I have to admit it, and I've thought this for a long time. It's probably going to get me banned from the city that I grew up in. I hated watching Brandon Roy play basketball. I hated it. It was fucking disgusting. I hate that brand of basketball. I hated the offense of the team when he was on it. I hated it. I didn't care that he scored 50 on regular occasions. The way he did it was disgusting. It was slow. It was a lot of mid-range. It was a lot of watching molasses drip down from a bottle into a cup. It was just not good. I hated the fact that Nate McMillan ran that team. And maybe it wasn't Brandon Roy's fault. Maybe it was all Nate McMillan's fault. But he did coach Trae Young, and the offense looked a little different then. I hated it. I want guys that are different than Brandon Roy. I want freak athletes. Is that so much to ask? I want guys that can jump out of the gym. I want guys with long wingspans like Stretch Armstrong. I want dudes. I don't care if you put up 50 points. What I care about is, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Am I excited? I watched Brandon Roy drop 50 in a playoff game, and it was boring as fuck. It's true. And I would never go in on YouTube and go Brandon Roy highlights. Do you? Does anybody say, I want to see Brandon Roy in his prime again? I'm sorry. I don't like that style of team. I don't like that style of quote-unquote athletes. All I always wanted was a team full of dudes. Guys with positive wingspans. Guys with 45-inch verticals. Is that too much to ask? And then Neil Olshey came around, and he gave me C.J. McCollum. No shade to C.J., but he couldn't do a damn thing athletically. He was skilled. He was smart. And we got Nurk, and we got Evan Turner, and we got Zach Collins. We didn't have any fucking athletes. None. It was just this team is going to be awful to watch. And then Terry Stotts had us doing a million dribble handoffs and just shooting threes. And you could just tell, this team does nothing for me. We can win a bunch of games. We can be a 5 seed. And Dame Lillard has to just take over. Anybody who wasn't a Portland Trailblazer fan, you had to tune in the fourth quarter to watch Dame go God mode. And you know what? Fine. That was okay. But I always knew this team is going nowhere, because in a game that thrives on athletes that can do athlete things, when you don't have enough of them and you don't have guys that are, 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan, and you have a bunch of pygmies in the backcourt and guys who can't defend in the front court that are soft, you're not going to win too many games, especially in the playoffs, when everybody else can scheme for your ass. So this is the first time in my life, folks, that I can say, holy shit. We have a team full of freaks. Freak athletes. I did some deep digging today. Lean, long, positive wingspan, gritty freaks. They are so fun. And that's all that matters, right? This is a game. It's not like we're trying to win a Nobel Peace Prize. We're trying to entertain here, right? That's what matters. Be fun. Be competitive. I don't care what you win. I don't care if you go to the finals, because you're not gonna. Warriors exist. Right? The Memphis Grizzlies exist. The Phoenix Suns exist. Be young, be fun, and be gritty. And that's what we have. Keon Johnson. Keon Johnson, you may not even know him if you're a casual fan. He recorded the highest vertical in the history of the NBA Combine at 48 inches. If that doesn't make you salivate, I don't know what does. He's not even the best athlete on the team, Keon Johnson. Shaedon Sharpe is everything I want in a player. 49-inch vertical. That is the highest ever recorded in an NBA game, ever. Michael Jordan, 48. Shaedon Sharpe, 49. That was the first sign I saw a team committed. The trade for Keon, and then you pick up Shaedon Sharpe because why? Why the fuck not, right? And I was like, wow, this guy's collarbone is in line with the rim. His head is a full head above the rim. Nasir Little, you may not know him if you're a casual fan. Roy Williams, the coach of UNC, said that Nasir Little was the best athlete he's ever coached in his entire life. They went through athlete after athlete after athlete, and he was like, nope, doesn't have as much explosiveness as Nas, doesn't have as much length and quickness and speed as Nas. The only player that he could compare to Nas Little in the history of UNC was who? Just guess. Just guess. Give it a guess. Does his name rhyme with Michael Jordan? Yes, it does. Michael Jordan is the I just made that up, so if you're wondering why that was weird, it's because I just came up with it. Jabari Walker is 6'8", with a 6'11" wingspan and an 8'9" standing reach, which means this man can touch the net without getting on his tippy toes. Add in a 30-inch vertical, which is very low considering that this team is full of freaks, and his hands go well up over 11 feet in the air. And this is a guy who's just the 10th guy on the bench. Trendon Watford from LSU, 6'8", 240, 7'2", 0.25-inch wingspan, giant hands, 8'9" standing reach, explosive as hell, can get out into transition, has body, he can body smaller players. He is a dude. Greg Brown, 6'8" forward, 6'11" wingspan, 8'11" standing reach, got a 90 rating for his athleticism on the NBA Draft.net. 44-inch vertical. And lest we forget, my man Ant Simons won the dunk contest. And he's, 6'3"? Just doing windmills in practice, and they're like, hey, you should participate in the dunk contest. He's like, do you really think so? Because I'm not really getting any minutes in the NBA. And they're like, just try out. Just wins it. Gary Payton II, 39-inch vertical, top 10 in the combine when he came out. He once won a jump ball against a 7-footer, Jonas Valanciunas. What? I can't even believe this team. Dame Lillard, 39-inch vert, and he's the old man of the crew. Man, is this team fun, long, athletic. They have the 7th youngest roster in the NBA, 24.4 years on average, and that is because Dame Lillard is 32. Let's be honest. You're sharing the ball, they're moving off the ball, they're cutting like crazy, they're playing hot potato. Like I said, under Stotts, it was dribble, hand off, dribble, hand off, dribble, hand off, ISO, dribble, step back, 3, brick, get out into transition, down 20 before you can even blink. It was ugly. Out with the old and in with the new. Bye-bye, Neil Olshey. Take your steak and potatoes and 1985 mindset and get the fuck out with your toxic workplace culture. I love this so damn much. No one saw it coming. Not me, not Zach Lowe. Zach Lowe called this team meh. Called this team blah. Let me ask you, all those athletic dudes that I mentioned, does that give you blah vibes? Doesn't give me blah vibes. You look at Josh Hart. You look at Justice Winslow. Those are some dudes too. Didn't even give you their pedigree, their statistics. Justice Winslow, 6'6", playing 5. Do you think a non-athlete could play 5 at 6'6"? Jeremy Grant, explosive, athletic. Damian Lillard said all kinds of crazy things about him. He said, this dude looks like he was built in a lab. Long arms, athletic, can change directions fast, has quickness. He has all these things that make us better. Holy shit. Are you serious? I'm going to make a bold statement. Not only do I believe that this is the most athletic, explosive Blazer team in history, I think that this is the most athletic team in the NBA right now. And that includes the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. That includes the likes of Cleveland. That includes the length of all these other teams like Milwaukee. They've got some athletes, but no. Go all the way to the end of the bench. Who else has a 45-inch vertical and a 8'11" standing reach who is not even cracking the rotation? Just tell me, who? Who are they? We know it's not the Lakers. They are fucking trash. Combined with they're the 7th youngest team in the league, man, I don't even know what to say. Except for, I don't care what you win. I don't care how many games you win. I am now locked in, like Pac-12 after dark. I am ready. I watched all the Blazer games that started at 10:30, and I take my sleep very seriously. I watched them live. I was very excited, and I'm going to continue to be excited. All we need now is a 7-footer who can dribble, who can come around screens, who's like a freak athlete. Is there anyone that you guys could think of maybe we could make a crack for? Maybe a French guy from North Africa where Adam Silver decides we're going to just watch all of his games this year as a 17-year-old. Probably the only pro-France team we're going to get to see. Look out. Wembanyama, anybody? Oh my God, are the Blazers fun. Don't know if we're good. TBD. But we will be entertaining this entire year.